System evolved so that it can keep you alive. Scans your environment constantly looking for threats. But it's not a sophisticated system. It doesn't distinguish between different types of threats. Your nervous system cannot tell the difference between a predator and a one-star review, between a physical attack and someone criticizing you online, between bodily danger and the vulnerability of being seen, between actual threat to your life and social exposure. It only knows one thing. Is this safe or is this a threat? When your nervous system detects a threat, it responds as that fight, flight, freeze, fawn. Say that 3 times fast. Fight, that aggression, that defensiveness, the flight, the running away, the avoidance, the freeze, the shutting down, the dissociation, or fawning, the people pleasing, and appeasement. Most of what you experience around visibility is your nervous system moving into one of these protective modes. And it's doing this because on some level, your system perceives visibility as a threat. The fear of visibility is almost never random. It has a history. There's a story there. Your nervous system learned to fear being seen in environments where being visible was actually dangerous. Maybe being visible meant drawing parental attention in a scary way. Maybe it meant being criticized, shamed, or punished for showing up. Maybe it meant becoming a target. Maybe it meant being exposed to emotional or even physical harm. Or maybe being visible meant your needs had to take a back seat. You learned that when people saw you, they had expectations, they made demands, and you had to perform. You had to be a certain way to be acceptable. Your nervous system learned being seen, being vulnerable to harm in some way, shape, or form, and specifically, being seen means your authentic self will be judged and then rejected. And being visible means people will see something wrong with you and punish you for it. You cannot be safe if people know who you actually are. Taking up space is dangerous. Your presence is too much. Attention means scrutiny and harm. These messages get encoded in your nervous system before you had conscious awareness. It came from people who you depended on for survival. And they got validated by experiences. They shaped how your body reacts every time visibility is required. Now, decades later, you're trying to build a business that requires visibility, and your nervous system is treating it like that original threat. What your nervous system is then activating the threat around visibility. Your amygdala, your brain's threat detection center, recognizes visibility as a threat. And this happens faster than conscious thought, faster than you can even notice it happening. And your amygdala sends an alarm throughout your nervous system. This activates that sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for that fight, flight, freeze, fawn response. I said, say it 3 times fast. Woo! So your body immediately starts a cascade of physiological changes. Your heart rate increases. Blood is diverted away from your digestive system and directed into your larger muscles for, again, fighting or fleeing, whatever's required of it. Your breath becomes shallow. Your body's preparing to run. Your muscles tense. The stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline flood through your system. And your prefrontal cortex, part of your brain that is responsible for thinking, reasoning, creativity, and the decision making, goes partially offline. This is why you can't think clearly when visibility triggers you. This is why you forget what you were saying. This is why you can't access your own wisdom. Your body is now in survival mode. And from survival mode, the only thing that makes sense is to escape. Get out of there. Your nervous system interprets these actions as successful because you escaped the threat, stayed safe. The survival mechanism worked. But here's what's actually happening. You're teaching your nervous system now that visibility is dangerous, that the only way to survive it is to hide. So you never move past where you are. And you never bring those important gifts and talents that you were given to share with this world into the world. This is why it's so important that you work through the trauma, that you get to the heart of things so that you can do what you're here to do in this world, because you weren't given these gifts and talents by accident. There's something that only you can do. And you need to actually let people know you have them in order to share them with others.